yeah, gentlemen, take it away.
Yo, what's up? My name's Lite. This is Yon. Uh,
Hello.
I've been speedrunning this game since like around it came out, and then Yon actually came into the game maybe just under a year later and just kind of annihilated it. So I was like, "Hey, Yon,
I just I just speedrun this game. You know.
hey, Yon, come help me out, man."
Yeah, I'll try. I'll try.
I'm just gonna confirm my settings are all good here because we need to make sure we're playing on casual. We're gonna be doing the memory ending, which is like the typically the fastest ending that has like a boss at the very end.
Yes.
And we need to make sure we have quick radio on so we don't have to go into our menu. Text speed instant, yeah, it's all good. And yeah, I'll just count us down. Basically, right when you click begin is when it starts. So, 3, 2, 1, go.
Right. So, this is SIGNALIS, of course. It's an indie horror game. Surprise, surprise. It's one of the more popular ones that have been released in the past 2 years. There's a lot of inspirations that went into this game, from arts and paintings, classical music, literature, Lovecraft, The King in Yellow by Robert W. Chambers. They'll be having quite the appearance, as well as anime, Evangelion, and Ghost in the Shell, as well as games, of course, Resident Evil, and especially Silent Hill. So, as you kind of saw already, you might have seen, there's a relatively new piece of tech. It's called the Instant Dialogue Skip, or text, whatever you want to call it. It's relatively new. It's been fleshed out to cover the entire run. But when you normally progress through text boxes, there's an innate delay between those boxes. However, if you hold cancel to dismiss text within the first few frames of it appearing, you can gain like a text skip charge, you could say. So the level 1 of it, as you saw before, was checking like an environmental piece before, while something else is going on. And as you also saw earlier, you can actually chain it from item pickups. That's the harder level 2 version of this strat. I should probably also mention the story of this game, but we just woke up as Elster, who is a technician replica or engineer replica, which in this world is like the android. And we are looking for our captain, you could say. And, well, we didn't find her in the cryo capsule that we unlocked, so we venture outside to find her.
Yeah, funnily enough, you were mentioning like movie references. The very beginning of this game starts off with a Matrix reference to the computer screen, like wake up, or else to get out of her cryopod.
Yeah. We don't see too many references just yet, but trust me that throughout the run you'll see more and more of them. All right, and we descend down a bunch of holes, which is also quite the common occurrence in this game.
It's also a reference to The King in Yellow.
Yeah, which, speaking of The King in Yellow, we're going to be just crawling through this hole, and right at the end of this hole, we'll see a familiar book. Very familiar book.
Yeah, I'd love to own this book. I'm not gonna lie. This version of it.
Yeah. I think only the old version of the book, like the first edition, had it, so
Yeah.
it's unfortunate. But right, turns out we couldn't find the person that we're looking for. Instead, who we're actually looking for is someone called Alina Seo, which starts chapter 1, Liminality. And we were supposed to find her within this facility. And yeah, that's what we're trying to do right now. Just going through all these doors and whatnot. Alright, yeah, coming up is our first, I guess you could say, puzzle of whatnot. Most of these puzzles have a static solution. Some of them are RNG, but like most of these like codes are predetermined. So if you know them, you know them. Right. Yeah, just going through.
Did not charge there. It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, there's our first, I guess, NPC, you could say. She's a bit injured, but she'll be just fine. As you also saw, there is a small thing that Light's doing when he's kind of like wiggling back and forth before unlocking doors. That is what it's called, like a door wiggle. The door interactions in version 1.0, which is currently used for any percent, is not very smooth. So if you try mashing to go through, you'll get locked out. So what you can do is either you time your entrance, or as you see what Light is doing, you wiggle in and out of the interaction zone so you can refresh it.
Yeah, courtesy of only being allowed to play on 1.0 for glitched. Most you're not like forced to, but we want to play on 1.0 because we're gonna save 2 minutes for the admin key skip later.
Yeah. That's a quite the huge one. And this is our first RNG puzzle and quite the major reset point.
That was good luck.
Nice. Right, so this can be either 3 up or 3 down at most. It can also come pre-aligned. Yeah. If you've ever played, I guess, a little game called Resident Evil 2 Remake, it's kind of similar to the medallions. Alright, and this is the first thing that you just saw here, is a fundamental trick to any percent of this game, which is buffers, typically done using doors. So essentially, using a series of inputs, you can maintain control of Elster, where you'd normally be locked out. Really, that's like going through the doors usually locks you into the animation transition. You can think about it this way, though. Normally, you're in the play state versus the transition state that you're locked into going through doors. What you do is you override that transition with the play state through the buffering. So while in the buffered play state, for the duration it takes for that buffered door to close, the important part is that you inherit the properties of that transition state, namely intangibility. This is why, as you've seen, this allows you to... Oh,
All good.
nice. This allows you to pick up items, but coming out, you can just walk straight through doors. Yeah, and we call those like, you buffer stuff and then you pick something up right after, before the door transition and next area loads in. That's like a slingshot pickup. Right, yeah, just avoiding these enemies. Nicely done.
Yeah, and I had a charge, so I'm just gonna... Probably should just grab this broken key normally, huh? Because I don't have a charge.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's another thing as well. Just like keeping in mind every charge point, which is, by the way, it's not essential at all to running this game.
No.
It's just like a nice thing.
Each one is like maybe a 1 to 2 second time save, if not sometimes less than 1 second in a few cases. But you know, you add them all up, then it...
Like 10 or so seconds, 15.
Yeah.
But suffice to say, if you drop one, it's not looking pretty for you. Alright, so while we've been talking, we got 2 pieces of a broken key to open up this chest, and we get this mysterious artifact inside.
And now the game mode has changed. We're playing a new game.
Yeah, first person. I guess one thing to talk about for first person mode is that diagonal movement or strafe walking is about like 10% faster than normal. If you just go straight forward. Right, and at the end of this room, we pick up this radio. This is a very essential part. Used for puzzles, a whole bunch of stuff, really. Right, I think starting now, I will be a little bit more quieter, since I'll explain a bit later why.
35946, 35946, 35946. Oh, we're running it. Dun 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 dun. Okay, it's a 9 at the end. Nine one.
Good to go.
Dun, 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 dun. It's 91829.
I'll have to trust you on this one, but yeah.
What is it?
I'll trust you on this one.
Okay, I'm gonna listen to it somewhere then.
Alright. Can't really confirm.
This is Morse code, by the way.
Yeah, just say the word when you're good.
Yeah.
All right, so as Light just said, those radio dits and dots that you've heard, that's actual Morse code. And crazy part is that you can actually save time by deciphering that in real time versus opening the menu and opening up the radio, which pauses the in-game time advancement. Another thing that you saw before, maybe a crazy thing, but you saw a small one maybe in the kitchen. But after you buffer a door, but you stop yourself from auto-transitioning into the next area by opening a menu, you can stay out of bounds. This game has a general failsafe where it'll teleport you to the default location of the room if you remain out of bounds for a certain amount of time. Alright, we're just going right through. I guess story time, right? Going back down deeper into the facility, we couldn't find this person, Alina Soya, who we're looking for. Oh. Yeah, this whole section is quite tough with the new optimizations to routing. Basically, you do this entire room clean with buffers, walking through walls and slingshot pickups. It's a whole slew of input dense, so.
Yeah, that last one's pretty cool because then you get to walk out of bounds and enter a door from behind, which also creates a shorter load zone.
Yeah. All right, coming up is an oldie, but
I'm writing down numbers over here on my notepad.
all right.
All good.
All right, so this is the VHS buffer. So not only can you buffer doors, but you can buffer a bunch of interactions, items, events, and whatnot. So even with the cinematic on the screen, you're still in control of Elster. And what you do essentially, as you kind of see with all these door symbols popping up, is that you can blindly run the length of this hallway to the next destination. So coming out of this train cinematic, we should hopefully be in the next room.
Yeah, my code is 61046, I think. 61046. Usually, so like I'm converting it because like there's letters on the screen there. And normally you would like convert it to letters, but I like to convert it to like numbers if it's like an R2 puzzle. That way, like, I don't have to worry about the letters at all. I just think about it like a numpad code.
Yeah, it's a complicated process. We're basically hearing the radio for the Morse code, then we transcribe that, and then we have to run it through another cipher for that safe, so complicated. Nice. That blank key is one. Oh, that blank key is a puzzle, that's for sure.
It's really annoying.
Yeah, it's like the first selection of the node, you can go as fast as you want, but when you're actually drawing the pattern, it starts eating inputs if you go too fast. All right, coming up is the incinerator puzzle, which actually you can actually pull the lever first and then dial the setting rather than the reverse.
Oh, I did it wrong. What was it that I did wrong? I think I was going too slow.
Oh. But yeah, aside from that, we're picking up thermite flares, and as you'll see quite soon, thermite flares are quite powerful. You might have also noticed that we don't have any weapons at this point. We even ran past a shotgun that was in the waiting room. So I guess that goes to show what we're looking for in this speedrun.
Yeah.
Alright, we're just picking up a whole bunch of items that we need to pick up the rest of the keys that are used to slot into the door that we need to get through.
Yeah. A little like rule of 6 puzzle. There's 5 slots, but there's actually 6 key cards. This one of them is going to be a blank key.
Yeah.
The other one's kind of stuck somewhere.
Yeah. Ooh, nice.
Whoa, that was cool looking.
What's interesting? Whoa, yeah, sometimes the load times can be weird depending on how you like hit doors at or start interacting with doors.
I apparently did it very wrong, but I had control of
Yeah.
Elster. Like, it was very weird how that door transition worked.
But yeah, generally, the more off to the side you are from the center of the door, the longer it takes for the next load zone to load in, and that's something you can also exploit using buffers, which will give you quite the amount of time more to be able to do what you want, as well as being in that pseudo transition play phase. All right, we're coming up quickly onto the first boss of this game.
Yeah.
And as you see, it'll likely not take very long. Surprisingly. Hopefully.
It's not the easiest thing ever, but we have a setup that makes it not too bad.
Yeah. Done inserting the keys, and then we're just dropping down the hole.
We get the slow, fast kill. But it's a little bit too early. Better early than late, though.
Yeah. Normally, this boss has this whole song and dance of summoning minions. You have to wait for her to reveal her weak spot when she drops down like that. But we bypass all of that using the thermite. So, yeah, there's a slow version, as you're seeing right now. You have to wait for her to die. But there is also a fast version where the cutscenes that you saw instantly start happening.
Yeah. Basically, like, Mina starts to fall to her knees, and then she opens up her face mask for you to, like, shoot her in the face. So if you can, like, poke her with the thermite right as she's, like, about to fall and open her mask, it just insta-kills her.
Yeah. Though, to note, if you're going to play this casually, the slower one is easier, and it's more helpful to you guys, since you can also pick up all the supplies in the arena. But yeah, buffers galore. Move on to the next section of the game, where we get pushed down this elevator by a not so cool guy.
Yeah. There's our bodies.
Yeah, coincidentally the only guy in this game too.
Chadler.
Yeah, he's a fun guy. But yeah, that warp that you just saw, it looked small, but man, it skips a whole bunch of stuff.
A whole room. A very long room. One of the longest rooms, actually.
Yeah, whole shower room.
Yeah.
You'll see it coming up, why it's so long. Or a little bit later. Alright, this is a...
Oh, really? I think I dipped too far to the right and it just made my angle bend.
Yeah.
All good. Let's do it again. And I'm stuck.
Well, this is a good that was a good demonstration of like why you can exploit starting buffers from the side, which allows you to go all the way up there and pick up that item.
Yeah. If you were to do it as fast as possible, like, Elster would never have time to make it up there, so you have to go to, like, an extreme angle there on the side of the door to start the buffer.
Yeah. So, of course there isn't power to this floor, and we need to go to the other floor, so we need to insert this fuse and turn on the power. Oh, that's definitely...
I love that sound.
I love it too, man. Nothing like that sharp click to tell you did it wrong.
Yep.
Alright. But coming up also is another property of door buffers, which outphases an old strat we used before, using flares to provide light when you stick enemies. Yeah, first grab this handle and whatnot.
Yeah, and I do it in this order specifically to avoid enemy damage. Oh, don't do that to me, no. Basically, I canceled the menu and didn't hit tab.
Fortunate.
There we go.
Nice. But yeah, As long as you're in the light zone when you first start your buffer, the game will think that you're in that like the light as like when you first started the transition, so you can interact with anything in the dark.
See that lady come up out of nowhere? What the hell?
Oh yeah, man. Now that lady she's pretty cool. She's pretty cool. She just has a habit of spawning in really weird places. Okay, so coming up.
Hee don't worry about it.
Yeah.
That's a
is our
soft lock
first,
spot.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah. But first coming up is the radio enemy, so you'd rather want to close your eyes.
Oh yeah. We did not talk about that. This is a very flashy screen. There's going to be a lot more. Shoot, I totally forgot.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Oh, I'm on delay.
Dude, that's my bad, yeah. Thankfully that one wasn't too hardcore because I had the radio kind of down tuning right away, but sometimes it can be even a lot worse. So we'll do our best to kind of clue you in on when that's about to happen.
Yeah. Generally you won't get too affected as well if you keep your radio pretty high, so
Yeah, we
do our best to do that.
It's basically a radio enemy. Like you need to tune the radio to a specific frequency and it clears the screen but also does damage to the Calibri enemy that is there.
Yeah. Other way to deal with it as well is that it will reveal the true enemy, in which case you could just
shoot it.
Deal with it as is. Nice. Another thing I'm probably would have mentioned. But yeah, intangibility. There's a whole bunch of debris there that you normally have to just walk all the way around. Instead, you just clip right through.
Oh, nice spawn.
Yeah. Nice. Fixing this tape with more tape.
More tape.
Got insert. Yeah. Cassette.
Oh, it's Slink past me. Nice.
Quite a familiar song as well.
Oh yeah, I'll boot it up. We don't have any tunes playing right now. Might as well.
Yeah. All right, and look at the Sleeping Beauty over here.
She's awfully tall. She's a lot bigger than us.
I know, right? It'd be a shame if she were not very cool with us later.
Yeah, that would suck.
Right, yeah, more buffers to get out of here.
Here's another little soft lock fun spot.
Yeah. Oh man, these soft lock spots are something else. Though honestly, they've been mostly mitigated these days if you position yourself right after picking it up. So, yeah, it's nice.
And we're soft lock free for now.
Yeah, and that's most of the soft locks done. There's like one other part.
And here's your 2-minute time save from playing on like 1.1 or higher. You can just grab the key card through the crack in the box there.
Yeah, such a sick skip.
Yeah. There's like a whole section you have to go through. You have to go to a library. You have to get like a mail key from another room with Calibris in it.
Yeah. And that's radio enemy to deal about.
Yeah.
All right. So we couldn't find the person we're looking for, Alina, on this floor. Oh, I should probably have mentioned that reportedly they were in the mines. So that's our destination, which we are taking the elevator down right now. And
there she is.
This starts chapter 2, Liminality.
Yeah, that's one of those cases where you can bottom out on the door and while you're waiting and get a really fast transition into the next screen.
Yeah. Also, the person who flashed on screen, you've probably seen them a few times. Isa, forgot to mention. Who's here like a few more times. She's trying to look for someone like you.
Like me?
But really, I think it's something to be experienced for yourself. we can't do it too much justice here. Right, this is a pretty cool trick right here. Nice. Alright, so while Lite's running here, kudos to this guy for finding this one. But while you're out of bounds, you can continually refresh being out of bounds every 2 seconds by opening a menu. Normally, you're supposed to take this huge elevator downwards, but instead, as you saw, we just ran straight through out of bounds and took the door.
Yeah, it just so happened to work out that as long as you hold left with Elster along that screen, you can kind of see like her hair and like her little white dots on the back of her head. And as soon as she disappears off the screen, you just hold down left and it just lines you up at the door at the very bottom. It's super lucky, honestly.
Yeah.
But
It's like You go ahead, sorry.
yeah, that continuous out of bounds is really handy. Like you actually have a lot of time to be out of bounds before it kicks you back in. And in some cases it's really fast, some cases it's really slow, but in that case there's like nothing around you, I guess. So the game really gives you like maximum amount of time before you have to open a menu and cancel it. And you can like open and cancel the menu so fast you don't even see it open, which happened a few times. But I have my input viewer on screen, you could see me still opening it.
Yeah. Sometimes there's also like invisible walls that you have to go through or navigate. So yeah. All right, this is our mandatory 2-minute break.
Yeah.
What can you do to relax? Well, you can explore this beach. There are pages of lore, but we're not going to be doing that because
Wow.
yeah, reading is we're going to avoid reading. But besides that, there's going to be what we're doing here.
There's a mountain. And let me
Yeah,
tell you,
there's a
Jan, if you see a mountain, you gotta climb it.
Yeah.
Mountains are
unique
meant to be
1.0.
conquered.
I know, man. Only to this version too, so all the more special.
Yeah. Yeah, they patched it, so when you get to the top of this mountain on like 1.1, you're so close and then it just pushes you down every time. It's so rude.
Fortunate. You don't like fun. You don't like
No.
fun.
No fun zone.
Right. But yeah, there's the beach, there's lore pages of lore. There's also an eerily familiar book to the left. You can also check that for a text charge, even though you can't reach it.
Yeah. I might be able to still get it. We're gonna see.
Let's see.
I figured, you should climb the mountain. If the mountain's there, and it's not a PB attempt,
Yeah.
climb the mountain. I mean, I could PB this run. Everything else would have to be damn near perfect, though. I've made too many like early mistakes.
Yeah, that's good. All good.
Yeah, it's all good. Doesn't matter. All right, we're running it. Run it. I'm free. Just like jump off the
no.
other side of the mountain.
Victory, man. Claim your victory out the top.
Yeah. I mean, when you have 2 minutes to do whatever you want, yeah, this is what happens.
Yeah.
Can I
Stretch
get
the
there in
hands.
time? Where is it? Give it to me.
Oh.
Give me the book. Oh,
Aw, fortunate.
it's hiding in there, I tell you. I swears.
Yeah. Alright, now we enter quite the confusing place. There's no map, nonsensical entrances and exits, and a decor of blood, flesh, and rust.
Walking through doors incorrectly.
Right. Yeah, these... It might look easy to you, but those door clips, they're pretty tough. Beats having to punch in the door codes. Got it?
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, that one's a tough one, too.
It is.
Oh, this is in radio. Oh my gosh.
What's wrong?
Yep. Yeah, sorry. Radio enemy room.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Dude, I'm so bad at this. Yeah, don't look at the screen, man.
Yeah. Awful.
It's too
Awful.
It's too much. So this game 1.0, it doesn't have photosensitivity options, but the 1.1 and 1.2 do, right?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Right. There will be only like a few more in like the next areas, so it's all good.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Hoping.
No more salt in the eyes. Oh, by the way, that was the second boss. Yeah. Our hero Issa with the gun.
Yep. I'm gonna take
yeah,
the low HP route, but I'm just gonna heal and then grab the heals on the way out as well, because I'm not keeling over. So there's like a wire maze we're gonna go through, and you take a ton of damage in it. But I'm not like in a state to take the route I would normally take, and I'm not used to taking the higher HP route.
Yeah, low HP is it's a bit spooky since you basically chance on death to iframe through the wires. All right, you get it?
Hey, no soft lock. Great.
Nice. Right, but that's one of the first discovered skips of this game. Normally you have to find pieces of a Matryoshka doll around the area. But you completely skip that with the buffer.
Yeah.
Wait. Just going through this place and really makes you appreciate the fashion of this place, you could say.
I'm just gonna heal right now.
So great. Nice, clean. Clean. One? Alright.
I don't know why it was 1.
Yeah, normally it's 2. Maybe it's because you had already heals coming in, so.
I'm just gonna push that enemy so I get max HP regen.
Yeah. The sprays in this game, they work over time. They heal the most, but they work over time. Yeah, I think it shouldn't be too much of a problem in casual.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah. The reason why he pushed that guy, Lite did, was, well, because it works over time, any hit that you take canceled that healing out, so not great. Especially when you need to tank the one other wire maze in this game.
Yeah, the shove mechanic in this game is actually really, really nice. But in many cases in the speedrun, if you're playing casual, it's kind of okay to take enemy hits. So you might as well just chance it and try to like slink past in a way.
Yeah. Those are quite nice. It might even be optimal to play this game unarmed because you can constantly buffer a push. Yeah, there we go. You teleport with a door warp all the way down. That's quite nice.
Oh, look at this! Look at this order.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
The
This
perfect order.
Oh. The ring orders, they become all sorts of discombobulated. There's no like semblance of consistency to them.
Yeah, and I always be like messing up my menus in the inventory because I'll open up the inventory to do like buffers and I'll be holding like a direction and it'll like move my inventory around. So like I really don't know where my rings are half the time because of that.
Yeah, they can start from anywhere, just like
Nice.
wedding, regent, servant, etc. Clean door clip, though. Getting clean door clips.
Yeah.
These are always a bit anxiety inducing.
Oh, we're not even holding our tummy. We got so much HP.
Nice. But yeah, even at this part, as long as you pretty much just don't die, you're good.
Yeah. The wire maze is like definitely the highest damage that you'll ever take in the game.
Yeah, I
At
think
least in
it's tied
casually.
Tied with like Colibri contact damage. Oh, by the way, there's contact damage in this game, so it's a bit unfortunate. That's why enemies can camp doors and just get hit, but buffering a push kind of mitigates that. And with that, hey, well, what can I say? GG's, man.
Yo, GG's, thanks, dude.
Now, doing a victory lap with NG Plus now?
Yeah, we're gonna run NG Plus. We got like a new outfit unlocked. So just to shelf the outfit, if anything.
Alright. And the environments are, I guess to congratulate us, it's a little bit more cleaner than usual.
Yo, I got a hat. Yo, this game has hats, dude. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Spiffy.
Just showing
Alright,
off the
yeah.
Team Fortress 2 influence on everything.
Yeah, we're just going through NG Plus, new sequence of checking a bunch of stuff as the engineer
Space.
of the ship.
It's a lot of
There's
space.
checklist up there somewhere, so
Yeah, there's a checklist right here that pretty much like Elster's kind of checking off, even though she's not near it. As you check that checklist on the box that was right next to us. Yeah, as you check everything, like the cryopods, the radiation on the pipes, she checks them all off, and then we can go see our captain.
Yeah, our captain, who is coincidentally,
Our wife.
oh, wait, wait, did the timer? Okay, it's fine, it's okay. But right, yeah. Turns out, the person we're looking for, Alina Seo, that's not who we're actually looking for. We were looking for the person that you just saw with the white hair, Ariane.
And Elster will do anything to keep her promise for Ariane.
With a brand new set of armor, shiny set of armor, and a newfound determination, we jump down this hole, and we start into this first-person section.
This one is not time-based. This is actually, you need to move your ass over to this boat.
Yeah. Just a straight diagonal line through.
Yep.
Of course, there are pages on this beach you can read, but we have no time for that. We gotta make good on our promise.
Yeah. Our promise to IHS, which is I'll beat this game in under 50 minutes.
Oh man.
But other promises, of course.
Of course. But yeah, this we spawn into a familiar room, familiar area, you could say. Just looks a little bit different, don't you think?
A lot of meat.
Yeah. A little bit more redder than usual. In fact, even the safe code is the same. Really hammering in that feeling of deja vu.
Is that a Matrix reference? Sorry.
Maybe so. There are a lot of references in this game. Some of them you probably would have not have seen because we skipped them over.
Yeah.
Like in the cutscenes, but you know, still see a good few amount of them.
I'm sure
Yeah.
you've realized by this point, but like our movement, like in the weapons and combat, it's like pretty Resident Evil inspired, and then the Silent Hill inspiration really comes from like the enemy design.
Yeah. Nice. Alright, so we jump down one of the final holes in this game of many to start the third and final chapter, Gestaltserfall, or shape decomposition. Actually, maybe it happened beforehand. I don't even know at this point. As you're seeing right now, this is part of a new routing that was only been hammered in through like the past week or so, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we start with a continuous out of bounds past fire, and we skip the valve wheel that extinguishes that.
Jeez. That door is so weird. It just like doesn't want to close, even though I'm so close to it.
Yeah, it's really weird. Even if you turn right back around and you start the buffer, it would take a long time.
Yeah.
All right, coming up after picking up this card on this plaster to this painting that we used acetone to thaw out is probably the hardest trick in this game.
Yeah, and if you mess it up the first time, it really sucks.
Yeah, so it'll be a bit quieter coming up. So
We do have a little audio cue that we're gonna use, so. Oh, okay. It didn't give it to me for a second, and then I got it.
oh, good stuff. That was
Spooky.
It's tough. But yeah, it combines a whole bunch of properties of buffers. You have to be sufficiently in the light so that the game doesn't think you're in the darkness and you can't pick up anything. But you can't be too close to the door, else you don't have enough time to travel through and pick up what you need. And then, if you are too close to the enemy, or you do it too late, you start pushing the enemy, or you get hit. And that is no bueno either, because that robs you of precious time. And as you just saw, we picked up the one and only gun that we use in this game. The SMG.
Nice.
Right. Nice. Do this again, we have to go straight back out. And yeah. No need to extinguish any fires.
Yeah. which is great. Yeah, we avoid like a whole entire room that we always used to go into. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Alright, radio enemy coming up.
Yes.
Radio, yes.
Do not look at the screen if you do not like flashy lights.
And they happen back to back too. There's one right after. So yeah, right after storaging this box and climbing up these ladders.
And I'm just keeping my radio a little bit higher than where I want it to be so I can down tune as I run through them and not take damage, hopefully. Oh, I'm still gonna take damage. All good. Doesn't really matter.
Just fine. You're even... The armor is also not cosmetic in this game. You do take slightly less damage. Though the enemies do scale a bit more, so kind of evens out. Right, we warp here, as with how we've seen throughout the game. We use this radio set to a certain frequency to open boxes.
I'm just gonna tune the radio back up. Around like 180.
Yeah, and then coming right up is another radio. So radio enemies galore.
Yeah, you have to do some like Rainbow Six FPS fingering here because like you have to be
Crazy.
tuning while you're moving around.
I think you do it with one hand, right?
Yeah.
It's tough. I do it with two hands.
Ow.
Oh. Ooh, yeah, it's especially.
Cool. Alright, that's the last time we see the radio enemies.
And that's also the last time we even use the radio, so.
Yeah.
Hey, terrific. Though I probably should have explained this before. We're picking up tarot cards throughout this area. We need that to spawn the last item you need, which is coming up pretty soon. Yeah, you do need to actually get all the tarot cards.
Yeah.
It would be sick. There's some way to cheese it so you don't need to, or you just prematurely pick up that final item you need, but, well, as it so happens, it hasn't been figured out yet.
Yeah, someone in one of my YouTube video comments are like, you know, you only gotta grab the last one. You wasted so much time, bro. Like, oh, it's cool, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
But
I'll
as you
try
saw
that.
there, we saw her like a few times, but rest in peace, Issa. Rest in
Yeah,
peace.
Issa is Issa no more, basically.
Yeah. Turn to goo. Right, picking up this last item, then you solve this elaborate dial ring puzzle, which normally you have to slot in all those tarot cards you picked up, and you have to place them under like a black light to see the stuff. And it's a whole puzzle, but instead, this is one of the predetermined puzzles. We solve that, we go straight through. Reappearance of the King in Yellow, and we're going right home. And, funny enough, this is probably the biggest warp in the game. Saves like 15 seconds or something.
It's a very long haul. This is the longest haul in the game. There was long haul earlier that has a shower in it. This is the actual longest one.
Yeah.
Thank God we don't gotta walk that.
Oh man, yeah, so good. And this is the final boss fight, Falk. So, the gist of this boss fight, I think it's like Silent Hill 4, where you don't beat this boss through direct damage, but you ram a whole bunch of spears that she drops down. And, you know, best case scenario is that you can ram 2 spears into her at the same time before she gets back up and recovers.
A little bit of contact damage on me.
It's all good. It looks looking pretty smooth so far. Pretty smooth.
Yeah, we're good.
Nice.
Nice, dude. Let's go.
Yeah, that was a real clean fight. Wow.
Thanks. Little lucky
That-
that she didn't go too crazy once I got hit.
Yeah, she can start going all sorts of ape, double up attacks and all sorts of stuff. Early recalls. It's a nightmare if she doesn't behave.
And
Oh,
with
yeah,
that,
with
that's
that-
time.
Yeah. GG's.
Thanks. What did we get? Hey, I got my second to last PB.
Nice, dude. Oh, man.
I've been kind of de-rusting this category, so like a lot of runs have been PBs, but yeah, my PB currently is only a 40:01, so it's only 2 seconds off.
Oh, yeah, nice for sure.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, that's our bad. I think we were just a tiny bit confused on when the run ended.
I know, dude. There's so much to talk
Yeah,
about,
yeah.
and then it comes up on you like, oh man, I'm sorry about that.
We
Yeah,
probably
no,
should-
it is no problem at all. I'm glad it shows the end time card.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Hmm.
Yeah, you guys did wonderful. That was a really interesting run. Good commentary. That was really solid.
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, shout outs to Jan, dude. This guy came prepared. Like, awesome commentator. Seriously.
Hell yeah. If you guys have any last shout outs, then, you can do that and then pack it up.
All right, cool. Thanks. Yeah, really just like the speedrun community, right? Like, it'd be awesome to see more people running this. We got a glitchless category that's honestly like a great stepping stone into speedrunning in itself. It's like around like 45 to 50 minutes. Once you get like kind of optimized, it gets around like 41. So
Yeah, 90% of it is just following the route, so
yeah, absolutely.
nice.
It's just memorization. And then having a crazy Falc fight at the end. Honestly, this Falc fight, you're gonna spend like hours practicing it, but it's really fun. And it's like really rewarding and final boss to understand. But yeah, just check out the leaderboards. We have a Discord for it and everything. Yeah, shout outs to my commentator, Jan, and then everyone I've ever learned from in this game. You're all
And
awesome.
then for me too, shouts out to Lite for inviting me, as well as the speedrun community. Without them and their tireless efforts, both past and present, it wouldn't be what it is today. And on a personal note, I wouldn't have met some pretty cool people, so I'm thankful.
Oh, same.
Hell
Shouts-
yeah.
Yeah, shouts out for the organizers for having me as well as production. Can't forget about that. As well as you guys out there who tuned in.
Thank you. That was a wonderful message. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
It's really
yeah.
been a pleasure having you on. So, yeah, that was SIGNALIS. A wonderful run. Thank you guys very much. We'll be right back with you with some Christmas Massacre right after this transition.
Best of times through colored glass. Time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shade my smile.
Everything changes.